Hey, welcome to the Shraft Vortex vlog for January 5th, 2022. I am here today to make some statements. Nothing really controversial. Kind of just want to document where I am in my life to a brief degree and what's going on. So, first of all, the reason I'm making this video at all is because I discovered some YouTube videos that I had made in mid 2020 around June, and I found that it was a really cool time capsule of my thoughts at the time and where my head was at. And it was cool to revisit for myself to be able to see hey, this is where I was, this is where my head was at, and this is the kinds of things that I was thinking about. So that's cool. That's cool. And I want to continue that. So that's why I'm recording today, and that's why I hopefully will do this in the future. So I'll keep this one brief, but in short, the last 2 days, I've made 2 tracks of music a day, and they're actually fairly long, approximately 2 minutes each. One of them is 4 minutes, and I'm actually really proud of them. And at this rate, I should be able to complete an album in maybe a month, which would be really cool because it's been the last time I uploaded a album was in May 2020, I want to say, called Quar Life. It's on Spotify if you want to check it out. It's also on Bandcamp. I guess I'll maybe link that in the description of this video. But yeah, so I was really happy with that music, and in the process of trying to make better music, I finally did the big effort of trying to move over instruments from my old shitty laptop, which is barely functional, which I used to make all my music on. And I had a shit ton of instruments on there, and so it was really a big, it took a while for it to transfer all the files onto a flash drive, which luckily I found a big enough flash drive to be able to handle that load. And not only did I move over the instruments, but I also grabbed a lot of my completed song files, a lot of which never actually got released. So there's a lot, especially after the album came out, that I was still making music and it was still pretty good, that I do think I want to release those. So I ran a poll on Twitter fairly recently, and the poll was basically asking hey, I found these unreleased tracks and I'm also working on new tracks for an album. Do you think I should release them together as one project, or do you think I should put the new tracks as an album and then put the unreleased tracks as an EP or something? And I got an overwhelming response saying, hey, they should be separate, which is cool. So I'll have 2 releases coming up, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, it's cool because, I'm it's cool to discover music that I made that I literally forgot about making. Because it's sort of again, it's another weird time capsule for myself that, you make and you forget about. And, I don't know, I guess that's the nature of things. The cool thing that this all really comes back to is I was a YouTuber back in high school, and I made videos that I now think the content of them is pretty cringy, but it's still cool to be able to look back on what kinds of things I was making at the time. And I think that being older, I'm 27 now, I just turned 27 in October, I have more of an articulated worldview that I can bring to the table, that is, there's more content there. There's more actual meat to grab onto because in my opinion, I have a better understanding of the world and, where I fit into it and where my place in history and stuff like that. And also, probably going to touch on in future videos on this channel, I've started to really this past year get a grasp on my sense of spirituality, which some people may cringe at that. But to me, it's like divorced from, I guess, like religion, or organized religion. It's more of like I don't want to say it's a personal cosmology, because I do like draw from a lot of different like religious traditions, mostly Eastern ones, or I really like the Christian Gnostics. I thought they had a really interesting worldview. And I might go into more detail about what I think, but I think my plan is to start a YouTube channel about those topics, so I can sort of have that as its own side project, which would be cool. It'd be cool to publish my thoughts on that and see what people's reactions are. Yeah. The first video for that channel I've actually already written. It's a video about how to get started with meditation. So I guess let me know in the comments if you think that's something that would be interesting, or, if you see this video on my Twitter, like reply on Twitter or whatever. Let me know. Let me know if you think that, that would be a cool, video to see. It's very basic. It's like, I don't know how long that video is going to be, but like recording it is really hard. I wrote a script, I did an outline, and then I wrote basically an essay, which is weird. People talk about video essays, but I've never actually sat down and made a video like that. All of my videos in the past have pretty much been off the cuff, and I edit them to make sense. But this one, I wanted to articulate my point really well, and make it something that could be make it something that could be a concrete pitch, for someone who doesn't really have exposure to meditation, as to why, for one, why they would want to start meditating, and for two, how to do it. And I think one thing I really tried to do in that video is cut through the bullshit of there's a lot of meditation apps that get advertised on YouTube that I feel are pretty predatory, in that they sort of demand that you meditate every day, and if you fail at it, they'll chastise you in the app. And also it costs money. The big thing for me is that I want to get across even right now is that meditation is fucking free. There is absolutely no reason why you should be spending money on meditation. There are a ton of guided meditation videos on YouTube that are great, that are actually better than the ones that are in the meditation apps, that can help guide you through a meditation experience in short or long, up from 5 minutes to 30 minutes. And on top of that, there's a ton of binaural beats videos, which are, not magical in nature, like some people may claim, or they don't have any special properties, but it's something to let your mind focus on, that allows you to take your mind away from your thoughts to the extent that you can, that I really feel can benefit people. For one, I don't say this in the meditation video, but I will say it here, so I've been meditating, I want to say I started in November 2020, and I wasn't very good at it when I started, but through the process of doing it on and off, but getting into a fairly regular practice with it, starting in May 2021, I got to a point with it where I could literally turn my thoughts off, which is an absolutely euphoric feeling. And you sort of have this realization of oh shit, there's a consciousness behind the thoughts, that there's the racing mind. That's not a lot of people, I thought, for example, that those racing thoughts were what constituted me. If I didn't have the thoughts constantly racing, then who even am I? The thoughts that I have were me to myself. But having that realization of oh shit, you can stop thinking to the extent that you can, and you're still there. Like, there's still a consciousness there. There's still a spark there. Like, having that realization was one of the greatest feelings I've ever felt in my life, actually. And I, chase it even now. So cool. This is going on for 10 minutes. I want to say thank you for listening to this inaugural vlog of mine. And hopefully I continue this and, continue to document my thoughts on what's going on with myself and the world and all that good stuff. Because, one day I will look back on this video and maybe find it interesting to, as a bookmark of like, hey, here's where I was on January 5th, 2022. Anyways, thanks for listening. Have a great day, and bye.